Hello, everybody.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome to another edition of Sundragon Sideshow VSC, the virtual shop channel.
Yeah.
Was that supposed to be your line?
No, it was your line.
It's all my line. I don't know. No, it's Wednesday, so
Again.
We are doing a little bit of online showcase, jazz hands. And we were again going, what should we talk about? Oh, but I'm Rebecca. I am the owner of Sundragon Art and Fiber in Brevard, North Carolina, in case it's your first time joining us.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion at Sundragon Art and Fiber in Brevard, North Carolina, telecommuting to work.
There we go. So, and we were like, what do we do? What should we do tomorrow? I don't know. There's a million kinds of yarn in the shop, and it's just hard to pick. And we just had new yarn come in, which I'm not ready to show off yet on the VSC. We might show you a little bit tomorrow on the Straight Up Sideshow, but not to formally profile. So, because I'm still looking at what I want to make out of it. So we thought, excuse me, yarn fuzz in my nose. I'm making a sweater out of some luscious Noro, and it comes in thick and thin varieties. So we thought we would showcase the thin and thick varieties of this yarn.
And by thin, we mean like worsted weight thin.
Yes. The thinner one is worsted weight, which is kind of middle of the road, and the thicker one is more chunky weight. For those of you who do not know Noro is this, I'm wearing Ito today, an Ito cowl. Noro is this lovely Japanese yarn. They have all kinds of different fiber combinations. But the ones we're going to talk about today, Ito and Bachi, they're straight up wool. And they're known for their wonderful colors.
Yeah.
So they're also, a lot of people have a love-hate relationship, like one or the other with Noro. So some people watching this will go, I'm going to turn it off right now because I don't like Noro. But you can still look at the pretty colors. Hey, Liz, what would you say is the reason why some people don't like Noro?
Some people think it's scratchy. I don't think it's that like it's scratchier than like merino, but it's not like super scratchy. It's under processed, but it's straight up roving gangs of sheep. So but it can pull apart if you sew with it because it's a single ply. Yeah, it's a single ply. It's under processed. It's got knots in it sometimes, more often than not.
That's one of their selling points, is that it's more natural.
Yeah.
So that's why the combination of them there might be some knots in places. There might be little twigs. I've pulled a few twigs out of the sweater I'm making. It's a selling point for some. It's an annoyance for others. Yeah. So the ones we're going to talk about today, here's one of each in kind of similar colorways, but not quite. It might be hard to tell, but this, and I'll try to hold them. This one is a little thicker than this one. They are what we call a single ply. Let me get one that's a really different color, like this.
Ooh.
These are the luscious colors we're talking about. Color fades. Some smaller balls of this yarn, and this cute little label that they've put on it is falling off. Some smaller balls of this yarn. These are 200 grams each. It's huge. Ta-da!
They are the same fiber content as Noro Kurion, which is 100% wool. But the Noro Kurion is 1/4 the amount of yarn that you get on a ball of Ito. And it only has like 3 or 4, maybe 6 colors per little skein. Whereas the Ito and the Bachi have a crap ton of colors per
Yeah.
ball.
Still longer color strains. I mean, you can see on this one, this is one ball that I'm wearing of Ito. One ball. I'll get up. It's a giant rectangle that you sew. I gotta see where. I think it's right here. Yep, right in here. You sew the short end to the side of the long end. You get a lovely bulky triangle cowl. Looks like a triangle shawl, except instead of wrapping it up and hoping the ends don't fall off, throw it on and go.
Yep.
One ball, just like this. See all those color repeats? It's really pretty. Easy one skein project.
Yep.
So, and we have patterns for that, but we're almost out and they're back ordered, but it's a pretty easy pattern. We could figure out how to get it for y'all. So yeah, we thought we profile this. I think I mentioned the one ply on it. It doesn't have several things twisted around itself. I'm totally squirreling today. I didn't wear my watch, so it's throwing me off. And I just got a phone call that I couldn't dismiss on my watch. So bear with me. I'm gonna squirrel a little bit. I'll show you in a minute because they're while it's under process, so since it's not tightly spun, that whole like if you pull too hard on it, it might break. It's just to warn you about. Doesn't mean, oh my gosh, I can't knit with this. What the heck? Yeah. It actually means you can do cool things like spit joints with it, which we'll talk about later if we want. We usually start with you, Liz.
Okay.
So why don't you talk a little bit about Ito?
Ito. So my big Papillon back here is Ito and a chunky mixed together. It gives you those gorgeous sections. Can you see it okay from where
I can
it is?
see it great. I'm thinking about the yarn I have piled over here. Do you remember what color number that was?
That one, no, but I've got the it's stuck on my sewing machine. There we go. This is the remnants. Mm-hmm. This is the remnants of the third ball of Ito that I did for that one. It took.
Yeah, we put up a possible color combo Ito. This is a lighter purple than what she did.
That's what I'm doing in this Papillon, is that colorway.
If you want to do an awesome, huge Papillon, here we go. But
I also, because it's 100% wool, you can felt it. So I made a felted purse a while ago.
Yeah.
That's the one that I did my shawl out
of. This is the one she did her shawl in. I don't know if we have enough to put a kit up online for, but if you want to make a shawl out of this, let us know and we'll order it.
Yeah.
This is the one I was holding up is what Liz's felted bag is made out of. Look at that.
Yeah. I double stranded it, so it took like 4 balls.
Oh, we lost your camera on this.
Yeah, somebody was calling and I don't know who they were. So it took like
the Sun Dragon Art and Fiber Show.
It took like 4 balls of the Ito because I double stranded it on a bigger needle and then washed it a billion times.
And that's something that 100% wool can do is felt.
Yes. It's just absolutely fantastic. Let me find my belt. This is color number 2. Mm-hmm. I'm also doing a Papillon out of this colorway. I have a gnome hat out of this colorway. Ooh, I forgot to bring that back with me. Let me give you some stats on it. What?
Yes, please. I'm going to show off some other colors. And keep in mind, if y'all go on the website when I get this up there and go, but you only have 1 ball, contact us. I may be able to order more. It comes in bags of 6 balls and it's an investment. So I tend to have them more in stock when I know people want to make stuff out of them. As Liz is giving you stats, I'm going to show you other colors.
So Ito is ranked as a medium weight or a 4. It is 400 meters, which is 437 yards per ball. They're recommending a US 7 to an 8. I find it's even softer on a bigger needle, like a 10 or a 10 and a half. It just sings beautifully.
Some of our early colorways, like this one's more green and this one's more purple. They're fun. Keep going,
Yeah.
Liz. Start.
We sell it. Oh crap! This one I don't have a price tag on because I bought it when it came in.
You don't remember? They're all the same price. They're $45.
They're $45.
They're $45. Both this one and the bulkier one are all $45 a ball.
Yeah.
Which breaks down to about $20 for 100 grams, which is kind of standard for Noro.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It is hand wash, lay flat, 100% wool. And yes.
Ooh, look at this one. I love that. They
Oh,
have the most interesting color combinations. You
and
know?
they're color combinations that sometimes you look at the ball and you go, yeah, but I don't like that color.
Mm-hmm. Why
did they mix that color in? And then you put it together and it's like, oh, that's what.
Mm-hmm. It's I'm always amazed at the kind of things that they do. It's really fun. So the Bachi was like last fall. They decided to make a chunky version of this. So like we were showing you, the balls look the same size. There's less yardage on them because they are thicker. They may not look a whole lot thicker. Let me put these side by side again. They may not look that different.
They actually do on the camera.
Okay, good. Because they are. So the what Liz was just saying is the Ito, we've got 400 meters. The Bachi, we have 240 meters. We almost have half the meterage, little over half the meterage. Same weight of 200 grams. So this is their wonderful neutral that, again, known for their crazy colors. We had a ton of this neutral. So I decided to start making a sweater out of it. I will show that off in a second. But the stats on this, so again, it's $45, same price. Less yardage, thicker yarn. 240 meters, which I'm going to guess is about 265, 70-ish yards, something like that. 100% wool, listed as a number 5 bulky. They are recommending a US 10 to an 11, 6 to 7 millimeters. I don't think they have crochet hooks on here, but I would go with a larger crochet hook if I was going to use it. So we have limited colors of this one. There's tons of colors of Ito, and we have some.
But you did a one skein project out of that. I know you're doing your sweater.
I did.
But
hang on.
Your sweater is taking what, 4 balls? Yeah,
and okay, so since I just showed off that one, if you were watching, I think it's going to take me 4. It's the pattern as written should take me about 3. This guy. But the pattern as written also has, for my size, only 8.5 inches from the armpit down. And that would like go right across my muffin top. Not happening. So I did about 13 inches. It took 2.5, not quite a half balls to do the bottom here. This is how it stripes up long. It's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. That blue yarn there is where my armpit's going to be. I finished a sleeve last night, so a smaller circumference. You can see, let me see if I can hold these up side by side. Longer number of stitches, thinner stripes, shorter number of stitches, longer stripes of these colors.
It just looks so yummy.
I'm so excited. This is the second sleeve is underway. I think it's going to take me 4, but we'll see. I'm going to test it. At $45 a ball, that's a decent price for a sweater, but it's going to be so comfy. Let me swap out. So I'm wearing a sample of the Bachi.
Do 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 do.
I made the Brianna's reunion capelet. I'm not sure if this, I don't think this is buttoned right because it's a sample in the shop and someone was like, ooh, Let me like rebutton that weird. No, maybe they did it right. But this was a really cute one skein project out of it. Brianna's reunion capelet. It is garter with short rows. Da-da-da.
I want to say it's done on like a 13.
Yeah.
So it
So
just
is
it's
loose.
a fast.
It's yummy. I had to kind of tie up the holes. So, but see that? I mean, I'm busty, so it kind of pops open a little bit. But it's really, look at that. It's so cute. Especially if you are an Outlander fan. It would look awesome in the natural colors. But you know me, go big or go home. So
Go big or go home.
this is this colorway. Yummy, 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 yummy. We also have a luscious green. We have some blues and pops of orange. I mean, I love that. We have total neon and fuchsia and teals if that's your bag. We have, these are some other brights just in a slightly different take, different tones. And then honestly, this is one of my second or third favorites of this. It's got that grello color in it. This is just so pretty. So one skein. Also, if you want to go whole hog into a comfort COVID pandemic cardigan, like I'm doing, 3 to 4 skeins, depending on the size you're making. So,
and one of our knitters, shout out to Linda, she made a bunch of hats out of the bachi, and she found she could get 2 hats per ball. So if you're wanting to make chunky slouchy hats, you can get 2 of them out of each ball.
So I wanted to demonstrate something, and then we'll talk about a notion. We're going to profile. So this is our single ply, right? And I like the one I was wearing before that had to be seamed, had to be sewn up. I actually sewed it with a different yarn because, again, like we've been talking about, if you pull too hard on this, it will break pretty easily. But I should have put water here so I don't have to stick this in my mouth. But I'm maybe off. I don't know. If people don't mind me putting this in my mouth, it's mine. I'm going to talk for a second about something called a spit join. So a spit join, the only thing might be these little fuzzies are going to get stuck in my mouth. A spit join sounds kind of gross, but it kind of is what its name implies. The same reason that Liz, I keep forgetting she's going to be over there when this flips around. The same reason that Liz could felt her bag and make it super cool is what you're essentially can do to this is you can felt it together again. Water and agitation are the basics of felting. And I'm not good at actual felting like her bag, but I can do a decent spit join given time. And so the only ends I'm going to have to weave in on the sweater are ends from starting and stopping a piece, not from where I have to start a new ball, because I will do this to that too. Like if I come across a knot, I will rip out the knot. I did it at knit night last night. And then you don't have to put it in your mouth or actually go hop on it. You can have a little cup of water. I don't have one here right now. So
I when I play with my Noro, I have a little tiny like bathroom cup with just like 1/8 of an inch of water in it to just get them
wet. Let me see if I have enough water in this to do it, and if not, you will see me stick.
If you have a cap, you'll be good.
Little cap of water. So I'm gonna stick one end in the water. What I've been doing lately, because I'm lazy, is just sticking the sucker in my mouth. I'm gonna stick the other end in the water. Get it decently saturated. And then I'm going to overlap the ends like that. I'm going to put them in the palm of my hand. Sometimes this takes a couple of doses because it's too wet, but start with it really wet. I'm putting it, palm of my hand overlapped, okay? Friction. You can almost kind of see them overlapped there a little bit. So I'm going to dry my hands off a little. I'm going to do a little more friction because I was doing this last night. I was like, look, and they still came apart. friction.
Sometimes it takes just a couple of goes, and sometimes it takes longer.
Right, but take a look at that.
Yep.
I'm tugging on this pretty firmly. I could keep tugging and it might pull apart, but right now that's pretty. I could go ahead and knit with that.
Yep.
I did that last night. So only works with 100% wool, and it cannot be superwash wool. Superwash wool, it's because there are all these little scales in wool, and they release with the agitation and grip. And superwash wool has stripped most of those scales off, so that it won't do that when you put it in the washing machine. So that will not work with anything that is not 100% wool and or is superwash. But 100% wool, it's a fun trick. So anyway,
it's more reliable than proper felting, because proper felting is quantum physics, not standard physics.
Yeah, I like doing that for joins though in 100% wool. I once saved the majority of a shredded ball of yarn, cat paws, by spit joining. It's kind of cool. Took a while. Kind of cool. All right. So on that note, and apparently pulling yarn apart puts yarn fuzz up my nose. Couldn't really decide what to do for a notion today, so we're going to showcase some of our yarn bowls. Yarn bowls are super fun. Here is one of our more basic yarn bowls by Susan Bates. Function of a yarn bowl is you can put your yarn inside of it and it will not run away and run all over the place. You can still have a cat attack this though, I will say, but it's a little more protected. You can take the yarn and hook it under here. If you're going from the outside of your ball of a cake, if you hook it under there, it will just sit there and spin as it's being pulled through there. You could pull straight out the top and either hook it under here or just pull straight out the top and have it sit there. Different people use the holes in different ways, if they have holes. Some people use them for sticking their needles in when they're not knitting. Some people will actually run the yarn through the hole, but then you're kind of stuck.
Locked in till the end of the ball.
You're locked in till you're done. So if the bowl is not super transportable, you're knitting at home. The Susan Bates bowl, super mass produced, is $34.95 here in our shop. You have a yarn bowl, Liz, ready to show off, right?
I do. I have our Prim bowls, which are plastic. Like everybody's like, ooh, a plastic bowl. These are awesome because they have little rubber grips, so it won't pull across the table or whatever. Mine's all drawn on because we discovered that you can use a Sharpie to customize them. Mm-hmm. They're right around $15. I think it's $40 something. Mm-hmm. They have a little hole to pull through if you want. They have a little hole to slip in. The only downside is after a while this tends to break off.
That will most likely break off, yeah. But
it's not a big deal, but you can Sharpie all over them, and they are great for throwing in a yarn bag to carry back and forth because they're so lightweight.
Yep. They're fun. They're very functional, just like our Prim needles. Yep. Bryson Distributing, who's our lovely supplier of most of our notions, has a more upscale Shishun, which is kind of like a mango wood. We have discovered through research a Shishun bowl. It looks a lot like the Susan Bates. I can tell you, holding this one's heavier, so it's more sturdy.
It's a heavy, denser wood.
It's a denser wood that's going to last longer. It is $43.95, but it has much of the same shaping as the other one does. These have been discontinued, I think, so we only have a couple left. We had deep and shallow ones of these Teak Bowls from Bryson. They're gorgeous. Some people like the low ones, although I will say that this guy down here, it's a little top heavy if you try to pull from down here. I like to use this just to set my yarn in. This one's $38. Teak is a very nice wood. Very pretty. We used to have taller bowls of this, and we're sold out, and I think they've stopped making them. But so collector's item. And then we have, I didn't pull over any of our super fancy ones. I might go grab those in a second. But then we have some aluminum ones. So the aluminum ones have fancy designs printed on them. They are a little more lightweight and thinner than the wooden ones. They're really pretty. They're $43.95. They're about the same price as the Shishun one. But so we've got black flowers or leaves. We have 2 shades of blue, leafy flower things, fun. I feel like they have a little more room inside of them because they don't have that curved in lip, you know?
Yeah.
And then the ever popular
Rainbow
Space Cadet type one. The other yarn bowls we have in the shop are true works of art. They are by Lickin' Flames. I love them. Some of our prettiest ones we're sold out of right now. They run about $70. They are handmade by a small company. They are ceramic. They're pottery, fancy pottery. Let me grab a couple.
They're like the combinations and the colors that he gets in those. They're very neutrally colors, but just they're gorgeous. Gorgeous bowls.
They have 4 different glazes that they put on. We have shawl pins by them. Maybe we'll showcase those sometime. My favorite of their glazes is the carbon paint, and we don't have any of the. I'm trying to look around the shop right now.
I don't think we have any left.
We have any of those. We also don't have. I'm realizing we really only have 2 glazes right now. They have raku, which has those iridescent tones to them. We're out of those right now too. We have this one, super pretty. I'm forgetting the actual style of this. You can go to Lickin' without the G on instead of licking, Lickin' Flames. If I remember, I'll put it in the underneath, in the comments. This starts with like an S or a C, and that doesn't help, I know. But this one's so pretty. I mean, look at that. Oh, they're works of art. They really are. And then we have, this is like the waffle. I've got 2 of the waffly bowl ones. Like they actually use waffle batter on these and then paint. They say it's like it's like bread baking when they do this. So it's really super pretty. Really pretty. This one is another one of those waffle ones where you don't know how it's going to come out, but the paint they use, there's texture on this one, which is really cool. If I'm able to order from them anytime in the near future, it's tough what we bring in or what we're able to get. If and when I get some carbon paint, which again are my favorite, or some raku, we will show them off on the sideshow. Anyway, so that's the range we have, from $15 yarn bowls to $70 yarn bowls, and it's from mass produced to handmade. We may even have a few more handmade wood turned ones. We'll have to save that for another show because we're going over half an hour now. So let us know if you want to see those. So a retired gentleman in Rutherfordton, I think.
Rutherfordton, yep.
We haven't talked to him in a little while, so we have maybe 1 tall one and 1 short one, or a couple short ones. But let us know if you want to see them. I think we showed off some fun things today, so we're gonna wrap up. I'm gonna feel all outlandery in my little capelet here. Anyway, I hope you all are having a good Wednesday, and I'm gonna hang around the shop and clean up a little bit from the chaos I always cause here, and then I'm going home to Anyway, a lot of packages went out this morning. I hope you all enjoy it when you get it. And call us tomorrow if you want to place orders, and I will do my best to try to get some photos of these things and get them up in our shop later today. I'll do my best. Check with us, harass us, or just be patient if you want to try to buy some stuff from the online shop. All right? Love you all.
Love you.
We miss you. Stay tuned, right? Am I still in line?
No. Today's VSC. We don't really. I don't know. VSC
It's all
is weird.
good.
Yep.
Tomorrow there'll be more straight up side by side show.
The Adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
Yeah. We'll see how much I can get done on my sweater. That'll be fun. Maybe I'll have 2 sleeves done. It all depends. 2 sleeves or stuff for sale online or a nap or all 3. Let's see what I actually can get done. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
One more button. Bye.